though.
Oh, the pink one.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's better.
Hi everyone, welcome to Player Guides. I'm Hannah.
I'm Cameron.
And I'm Osprey.
And Osprey is on the sticks with Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. We're stepping on the beach, stepping on the beach,
We've got Jasmine from Johto over here. This city somehow makes me feel at home. Somehow. It's somehow next to the sea, and there's somehow a lighthouse. Somehow.
What are...
Cameron,
have you had your caffeine?
he doesn't drink caffeine.
I don't put that into my system.
Well,
I'm a Mormon.
He does, but...
Oh, this is the city's gym badge. You must somehow be very good.
Oh my god.
Cameron, you are banned from saying the word somehow.
Please, take these
this too.
Please.
In some way.
So she, like, her main Pokemon is a Steelix.
Gotcha.
Waterfall! Hey, there it is. We were wondering when we'd get that. So now there's, like, endgame areas inside Mount Sinnoh and stuff that we can get to. Sweet! And if you remember on the big map, Hannah, there's the map of Sinnoh, and there's this island to the northeast that's, like, horseshoe-shaped.
Mm-hmm.
That is where we're headed, because that's where the Pokemon League is.
Oh, cool.
Horseshoe shape.
Right? If you open the map up.
Any excuse for Cameron to see a map.
It's kind of... Oh, I'm looking at the one to the north of that one.
That's like that's the end game area.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, there's an entire end game island thing to go explore.
I forgot about that. I thought it was all Pokemon League stuff. Sweet. We'll be fighting some swimmers.
I am not going to put Garchomp in front for that.
That's fair. Floor Raichu can smack him up. But Guppy's almost there, level 46. Hopefully by the time we get to the Pokemon League.
I'm determined to go to the Pokemon League no matter how hard it is.
Somehow I'll make it. I just know it.
If I just
I
keep
believe
swimming.
in myself. Miranda, what you got for us, Goldeen? Luminion.
Luminion. I like Luminion.
Oh, that is a pretty one.
It's one of the Pokemon that I really like in new Pokemon Snap. It has, like, that reef area has cool Luminion stuff going on.
It's also in Legends Arceus.
That makes sense. It's, I'm pretty sure Finneon and Luminion are Gen 4 Pokemon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I kind of want to play
so
Pokemon
hard.
Battle Revolution again if I can get past the graphics, because that game has not aged very well.
Is that the one where they picked it like kind of a unique art style in addition to it's older, or am I thinking of a different one?
I'm not sure, because so it's the one where it's this entire island of stadiums and whatnot, where you do various battles.
Oh, okay. No, I'm thinking of something different. I don't know which one I'm thinking of.
You might be thinking of Pokemon Coliseum or XD Gale of Darkness.
No.
Oh, nice.
While you're battling, I'll see if I can look it up.
Azumarill.
There should be a franchise. It should be like, what? Pokemon Stadium 2, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, Pokemon Battle Revolution. Was there another one?
No, we've been waiting for a new sort of stadium-focused game for ages. We get to Victory Road on the island, technically, I think.
Ooh. Oscar. I like the volleyball.
the Pokeball spike.
Yeah.
But, like, Battle Revolution I thought was really cool, and it's like I did kind of start replaying it again somewhat recently, and I really liked the whole narration. Like, there was actually commentary based on what was going on in the gameplay, and I miss that. I love it. Like, it really helped with the stadium feel.
It's something that we talked about in Sword and Shield that we felt was missing, especially because they were playing up the sports aspect of Pokemon battling. That the lack of the announcer voice was like a big. We felt that it was missing.
Yeah, it's like in Pokemon Stadium, it's a one-hit KO, and that was always super satisfying.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you played through some of Pokemon Stadium with like a rental team. I remember, Hannah.
I'm glad you do, because I don't. So
I never actually got the chance to play XD Gale of Darkness. I want to at some point, I just haven't had the chance to.
Yeah. That one like has its own storyline and everything.
But yeah, I've also been playing a lot of Valheim recently.
Yeah.
Completely unrelated.
You mentioned that a couple times. That's one I never got into. I know you and Tom were playing together for a little while, I think.
We played together like once, just never got around to playing at the same time, and without a set up dedicated server. If the person who technically owns the world is not on, you don't have someone
Hosting.
Like, you don't have access.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's been fun. I'm working on another build at the moment for a house. That's my favorite part of the game, to be honest. I'm kind of bad at that.
Yeah.
But, which is how you get all of your items. Pretty much. Like, the trolls are kind of terrifying. They are giant and blue. And they will squish you.
What's this? You might have to remind me the story a little bit. This is like you've gone to the afterlife and you're making you're setting things up in the Viking afterlife and you have some monsters to kill or something. So,
Valheim is this created for the game idea of a 10th realm that had a bunch of enemies of Odin on it. Odin severed it from the world tree and it's kind of drifting off by itself in the void. And Odin found out that his enemies were going in power again, so he has the Valkyries take some of the warriors that should have gone to Valhalla and sends them there to kill his enemy.
Gotcha.
And that's what you're doing.
Oh, Wingull, you never stood a chance. Oh, and Quagsire, two double weeks. Yeah, Thunder Punch the shit out of Wingull and then Giga Drain the fuck out of Quagsire. Poor bastards. Oh.
I like his little hop.
Yeah.
Every time.
But yeah, like, so I used to only touch turn-based games pretty much. But as I've, like, Monster Hunter kind of got me started into some of the games that were more actiony that I never really felt confident doing.
Yeah.
And some of the things that frustrated me before, I'm starting to kind of get used to. And I think we need more games that are kind of a good way for people to kind of have a gateway into some of the more difficult actiony games. Because there are things that make sense once you're a little more used to it. But it's just very aggravating if you're not used to it and haven't built up certain things.
Gotcha.
That's interesting. So, what, I'm trying to think. You're not necessarily talking about, like, accessibility stuff. You're talking about, like, game design stuff?
Kinda. Like for me, some of it was I would get super overwhelmed because I wasn't used to having to react that quickly. Like I needed time, like especially when I was younger, I had a little bit of trouble with keeping up my coordination enough to be able to like keep up. So I just found those games very frustrating because it just felt like it wasn't doable.
Oh my gosh, I wonder if you've just missed out on the Zelda franchise your whole life, and that's that missing link that you could have had. Because that what you just described there, I feel like the 3D Zelda games are the step in between turn-based combat, and they have action reflex-based combat, but the pace is a little slower than like getting juggled by a monster in Monster Hunter.
You know what actually kind of I got a chance to play Twilight Princess, and there was one point in the game that kind of made me rage quit.
Oh really?
You know when you're trying to protect the wagon with like the prince in it, and you have to like shoot the stuff, otherwise the wagon catches fire and it's terrible?
Yeah.
I couldn't get past that part,
Oh, gotcha.
which blocked off the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And some of it with Monster Hunter, I think, is, like with Rise at least, it was a gradual increase in difficulty.
Yep. And you
Combined
have
with the
co-op.
Yeah, co-op was huge, because it gave me a little more room to adjust and get used to it without all the pressure just being on me.
Yep. That's totally fair. Yeah, I guess I'm going to be curious about your Elden Ring run-through, which, as of this recording, I think when this comes out, you'll have played Elden Ring at that point.
I mean, depends on when I can afford it.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. We'll have to see how it works out. I guess I'll be curious, because those games, I think they tend to have some form of co-op, but it's not the in-depth co-op that like Monster Hunter has.
Right, and I haven't played a Souls game before.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious to see how it goes.
At the very least, it'll be a fun experience.
Yeah. The thing I'm most inclined to go with, Nate and Tom have said, tends to be the easier way in Souls games, which is I like magic. I like magic a lot. When I can, I do magic pretty much, which is kind of weird. For my Pathfinder character, I'm actually making a dwarf fighter. Part of the logic there was I got an idea and decided to run with it, but some of it is if Pathfinder can make me enjoy a martial class, that'll be something it can do that D&D can't.
Gotcha.
Because I have never enjoyed martial classes in D&D.
Gotcha.
What is the
I get
what is the difference, I guess, between Pathfinder and D&D?
So Pathfinder originally started because people were upset about, I think it was 4E coming out. And
They're
changes.
very similar.
Okay.
Yeah, like Pathfinder is essentially a different edition of D&D.
There's
Okay.
some rules differences, and like in the way certain classes work, certain spells work, monsters, the actions, the way you do a turn is a little different.
But pretty similar.
Yeah. Overall, if you're looking at like different RPG games, D&D and Pathfinder are, if you're comparing them to the larger environment of tabletop RPGs, they're basically the same thing compared to how different other stuff is. So
Okay.
like Kids on Broomsticks is like a totally different system,
Gotcha.
whereas Pathfinder is kind of a different flavor of D&D.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, it's like you have the same basic way for like doing checks.
Yeah, rolling a
Like,
d20.
adding modifiers and comparing it to a DC. They even call it DC.
Yeah.
Gastrodon.
Well,
Oh, the pink one.
mine's better.
No charge beam.
Yep.
Are you curious about checking out Pathfinder?
No.
We've got a couple people who have offered to run a learn and play session.
No, I'm not. I was curious as to what the difference is between D&D and Pathfinder, and now I am aware.
Gotcha.
That's fair. But yeah, like, I feel like Pathfinder and D&D for me are gonna be kind of like what sounds good at the moment sort of thing. Like when I'm getting ready to get involved in a game is what happens to sound like. Which meal am I craving this time?
Yeah. Yeah, for me I think it's very dependent on just what my friends are playing. It's like consoles to me. Like I don't have console loyalty. I don't give a shit about Xbox versus PlayStation versus Nintendo. But I'll play whatever my friends are playing because I want to play with my friends.
Yeah, well, like for me, I pretty much always end up with the Nintendo because like Pokemon.
Wait,
Like
growing up though, Cameron, like when you were in college, I remember you playing the shit out of Mass Effect,
Yes.
and your friends weren't playing that.
That's a single player game.
And then Gears of War.
So I got the Xbox 360 because Nate and Craig and Max had Xboxes.
Okay.
So we could play Halo and Gears of War together and stuff.
Gotcha.
And then Mass Effect was a single player game that I also played and enjoyed. Ooh, a pearl.
Was that also on Xbox?
Yes.
Okay.
Overall, I thought it was a pretty good game, I think. I only played it the one time. It was just, I played it right when it came out, and the ending was so unsatisfying that I just didn't have any desire to like play it again. Whereas like the first one, I'm pretty sure I played like 6 or 7 times. The second one I played 3 times.
I did not like how just everything is terrible and awful the third one was. It just felt like a despair fest. And
Yeah, but I don't know where else you go with like a massive invasion like that.
maybe a little more hope.
Does Psyduck evolve into Golduck?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And guess
Psyduck-
what their type is? I've asked you this a couple times before. It's always funny to me.
Psychic?
No, it's not!
Water?
Yeah. No, I don't get it either. I don't know why they're not psychic types. They're just water.
Okay.
Yeah, that's always bothered me.
Considering its name is Psyduck.
And its Pokedex entry is about its... Oh, shit!
Oh yeah!
Garchomp time!
Go Guppy. Go Guppy.
Guppy's gonna get real, real cool. I mean, this version already looks pretty cool, but then...
And I sent you the picture of Alpha
Yeah.
Garchomp, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, Garchomp is... Oh. Do you remember Street Sharks? Was that something you watched as a kid at all?
I mean, I vaguely remember the show. I know of it. I never watched it, though.
When it folds up its body and extends its wings, it looks like a jet plane. It flies at supersonic speeds. Dragon ground, baby!
Crunch.
Do we need it? Do we need the type spread?
Never
Instead of
hurts.
slash? Yeah.
Yeah, slash. Normal isn't super effective against anything, so...
Street Sharks, for those of you who did not grow up in the 90s, was a cartoon from 1994 that lasted 3 seasons.
It was like a shark version of Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
An animated
So,
series about the adventures of crime-fighting half-man, half-sharks.
I grew up in the 90s and I didn't know about it.
Fair. It wasn't a super popular thing. I think probably
Hence
most people don't remember it.
Why it only lasted 3 seasons.
But yeah, there are these humans. Whereas like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were turtles that turned into mutant turtles. These are mutant humans that got. They're radical dudes that were like rollerblading and stuff.
Yeah. A university professor named Dr. Robert Bolton and his partner, Dr. Luther Paradigm, create a machine known as the Gene Slammer, which is capable of changing aquatic animals into anthropomorphic hybrids by combining their DNA. In his attempt to prevent Dr. Paradigm from using this machine for personal power, Dr. Bolton is transformed into an unseen monstrosity but escapes. Later, Dr. Paradigm gives Bolton's 4 sons, John, Bobby, Coop, and Clint, the likeness of 4 different sharks. When Dr. Paradigm captures their friend Benz, the resulting street sharks rescue him, and the resulting battle causes Paradigm to be combined with piranha DNA, for which he is often nicknamed Dr. Puranoid by other characters. Cool.
Okay, that just sounds like a mess.
So there you go.
Also, that sounds like...
Oh, wait, it gets better. The final few episodes introduced the Dino-Vengers, a group of extraterrestrial dinosaurs allied with the street sharks against their own rivals in the Raptor Gang. Brilliant. This sounds like brilliant television. God,
So all I
the
can
90s
think
were
of
so good.
with the combination of like somebody getting their DNA mixed up with something. Bill's accident in his lab in the original games where he accidentally mixed his DNA with a Pokemon, and you have to help him out by pressing the keyboard to reverse it.
Yeah, that was it was kind of cute because you saw Hannah, in the game you saw a little Pokemon. I think it was like the Eevee sprite or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
and
there was a generic,
yeah, and like it talks to you and it's like, oh, I'm Bill, help me out. But so it was presented kind of in a cute mix-up way, but it could have been a very horrific like fly situation.
yeah. So, fun story in the Let's Go games. It's actually a Nidorino,
Oh, interesting.
which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
The cinematic scene or the cutscenes in the Let's Go games are super adorable, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, Gyarados, baby. Oh, it was a critical too.
Well, that's because it's flying in water, so...
Yeah. Man. This just ain't your day, brah.
I'm sorry, Ollie, Mommy's lap is not as big as Dad's.
Ollie is having the time of his life. He's napping over here.
Yep.
He's snoring. Maybe not now. He was snoring when he was on my lap. He's a cute little puppy. I like that they all the swimmers do the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, it's comedic, but it would also... Snapping your goggles on your eyes would hurt like hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. As someone who's accidentally done that with swimming goggles,
Me too.
That shit sucks.
because it's like trying to put them on and you have to stretch them to put them on, and then you accidentally...
Ah, here we go.
Would you like to use waterfall? There we go.
Get up there.
Pokemon Center! PowerPoints!
Right.
Nice.
The PowerPoints are such a pain sometimes.
Yeah, we're actually, we'll heal at this Pokemon Center. We'll call this an episode, and we'll start the next one on Victory Road.
Sounds
It's here.
good.
It's time to
Victory
fight the Pokemon
Road.
League.
Bow, bow, bow.